Most people think they're bad at AI. They're not. They're just writing prompts the wrong way and nobody ever showed them the difference. If you've opened ChatGPT, typed something in, and thought that's not even close to what I wanted, you are not alone. That happens to almost everyone when they start. And here's the thing, it's not the AI that's broken, it's the instruction you gave it. Today, I'm going to fix that for you completely for free. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly how a great prompt is built, and you'll have a free one-page cheat sheet you can keep beside you every single time you use AI from this point forward. Stick with me. This one's worth your time. Before we get into it, quick introduction. If you're new here, my name is Carl. I'll be honest with you. I'm at a point in my life where I'm figuring out what's next. And when AI started showing up everywhere, I mean everywhere, I had that feeling a lot of people my age have, that this was for younger people, tech people, people who already knew what they were doing. I didn't feel like any of those people, but I also knew I couldn't afford to ignore it. So I started learning, just sitting down, experimenting, failing a lot, and slowly figuring out what actually worked. And what I found surprised me. AI isn't complicated once someone shows you the right way in. The problem is, most of the people teaching it are explaining it like you already understand half of it. They skip the basics, they assume too much, and they make it feel more intimidating than it needs to be. That's the gap I started earnable skills to fill. This channel is for people who want to use AI for real, everyday things, not to become a developer, not to automate a Fortune 500 company, but to make daily life easier, to build something on the side, and to feel like this technology actually belongs to them too. Because it does. That's what this channel is about. Taking the parts of AI that feel overwhelming or technical and making them simple, practical, and usable for real people starting from scratch. If that sounds like what you need, hit subscribe. I put out new videos every week, and every single one is built for beginners. Okay, let's talk about why most people struggle with AI. Here's what a typical beginner prompt looks like. Write me a blog post about AI. And the AI spits out something that sounds like it was written by a robot trying to impress a professor. Generic, stiff, not you, not useful. So the person thinks AI isn't as good as everyone says, and they close the tab and go back to doing things the hard way. But here's what was actually missing from that prompt. The AI had no idea who was asking. It didn't know your audience. It didn't know the tone you wanted. It didn't know the length, the format, or what you were trying to achieve. It was working completely blind. Imagine hiring a new assistant on their very first day, and instead of explaining the task, you just said, do the thing. They'd have no idea where to start. They'd guess, and they'd probably guess wrong. That's exactly what's happening when we write vague prompts. We're asking the AI to guess, and then we're frustrated when it guesses badly. The good news? Once you know what information to give it, everything changes. The outputs get sharper, the answers get more useful, and you start to feel like AI actually works. That's what the prompt anatomy framework is all about. A great prompt has 6 parts. You don't always need all 6, but knowing all 6 means you always know what to reach for when a prompt isn't working. Let's go through the first 3. Number 1, role. This is where you tell the AI who to be. Not just a job title, but a lens, a way of thinking. Instead of just asking for help, you say, you are a warm, practical writing coach who helps complete beginners create their first piece of content. Now, the AI has a perspective, it has a voice, it knows how to frame its answer. The best roles include 3 things: the type of expert, their specialty, and who they help. The more specific you are, the better the output. Number 2, context. Context is the background information that stops the AI from giving you generic answers. Tell it your situation. Tell it your audience. Tell it what stage you're at and what you've already tried. The more useful context you provide, the less the AI has to guess and the more tailored the response becomes. A lot of people skip context entirely. That's usually why their results feel bland. The AI is filling in the blanks with averages, and average answers aren't useful to anyone. Number 3, task. This sounds obvious, but most people get it wrong. The task needs to be specific, and it needs to start with a strong verb. Not help me with, but write, create, list, explain, rewrite, or compare. And define the outcome, not just the action. Instead of write something about prompts, say write 5 YouTube hook options that make beginners curious about learning to write better prompts. That's a task. That gives the AI something to aim at. Before I go through the last 3 parts, if you're finding this useful, do me a quick favor. Hit the like button right now. It genuinely helps this video reach more people who need it, and it tells me you want more content like this. And I mentioned a free cheat sheet at the start of the video, all 6 parts of this framework on one page with examples you can copy. I'll leave the link in the description below. Go grab it after this video. It's completely free and there's no catch. Okay, back to the framework. Number 4, format. This is one of the most powerful and most overlooked parts of a prompt. Format tells the AI what shape your answer should take. Do you want bullet points or paragraphs? Short or long? Casual or professional? One option or 5? When you leave format out, the AI picks a default. And the default is usually too long, too formal, and not quite right for what you needed. Try adding something like, give me 5 bullet points, each under 15 words, in a casual and encouraging tone. Suddenly, the output looks completely different and a lot more usable. Number 5, constraints. Constraints are your guardrails. They tell the AI what not to do, and this is where your personal taste lives. If you hate jargon, say so. If certain words feel off-brand for you, list them. If you want the AI to avoid sounding salesy or using fake urgency, tell it that. Think of constraints as protecting your voice. Without them, AI has a tendency to drift toward generic. With them, the output stays in your lane. Number 6, examples. This is the secret weapon that most beginners skip entirely, and it makes the biggest difference. One good example is worth 100 words of explanation. If you show the AI a sentence, a tone, or a style that you love, it can match it far more accurately than if you tried to describe it in the abstract. Even better, give it a good example and a bad example. Show it what right looks like and what wrong looks like. That contrast gives the AI a very clear target to hit. Here's what a complete 6-part prompt looks like in practice. Role. You are a YouTube content strategist who helps complete beginners feel confident creating their first videos. Context. I run a channel called Earnable Skills. My audience is people who are curious about AI but feel overwhelmed and don't know where to start. Task. Write 3 curiosity-driven hooks for a video about the most common prompt mistakes beginners make. Format. 3 options, each under 25 words. Start each one with a bold statement, no questions. Constraints. No hype, no jargon, no fake urgency. Sound like a trusted friend, not a salesperson. Example of tone I love. You don't need to master AI. You need one useful prompt. That's it. That's the whole thing. And when you send a prompt like that, the output is completely different from write me some YouTube hooks. It's specific, it's personal, it sounds like you, and it's actually useful. Here's what I want you to take away from this video. Prompts are not magic. They're not complicated. They're just instructions. And like any instruction, the clearer you are, the better the result. You now know the 6 parts: role, context, task, format, constraints, and examples. You don't need all 6 every time, but you now know what to add when something isn't working. And to make this even easier, I've put the entire framework on one free page, the Prompt Anatomy cheat sheet. It has all 6 parts explained with examples you can copy and a before and after so you can see the difference for yourself. I'll leave the link in the description below. Go grab it. It takes 30 seconds, and it's the kind of thing you'll keep open every time you use AI. If this video helped you, please give it a like. It helps more people find this content. And if you want to keep learning how to use AI simply and practically, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. I'll see you in the next one.